Welcome back to Stab the Dragon Productions, episode number 130. Texas Rye Whiskey Tournament, bracket number 2, match number 4. Tonight we're going to look at Oak&Eden Rye&Rahr versus Yellow Rose Rye. It's been a few weeks since our last matchup. I've had some computer issues and done some other videos, but we're back to the tournament. So just the facts. Let's start with Oak&Eden. Rye with Rahr and Sons. Rye whiskey finished with an Indian Pale Ale, soaked oak spiral. There you go. This is from Sanctified Spirits, the makers of Oak&Eden, coming from Bridgeport, Texas, about 30 miles west of Fort Worth, but bottled in Louisville, about 30 miles east of Fort Worth. However, Oak&Eden does not distill their own. This is, I've read one account that said it's MGP from Indiana. However, the Rahr IPA soaked spire in the bottle comes from a Fort Worth brewery, Rahr and Sons, one of my favorites. Consequently, this may be just a regional release instead of a national. And the age of this whiskey is, again, I've read sources that said 2 years and some that said 3, depending, on which source you read. I can't find this whiskey anymore. I don't think they make it anymore. The websites of Total Wine, Specs, and Goody don't list it anymore. The website at Oak&Eden doesn't list it. I've had it for at least 3 years. I think I paid about $45 for it. So this may be a defunct whiskey bottle, which is a shame. Now you see I haven't had much of it, but I really did enjoy it. So, this one I've got high hopes for, but it may be finished. And it did compete in the first bracket. Let's see, it competed against Lead Slingers in the first round. Lead Slingers Fighting Spirit Rye, and it did lose in the first round. Our next whiskey, Yellow Rose Rye Whiskey, is also 90 proof, coming from Yellow Rose Distilling in Houston, Texas, with a mash bill of 95.5. And the bottle says it's blended in Texas, so I'm not sure if it is distilled in Texas somewhere or if it's imported from Indiana. Don't know, couldn't find out. This whiskey is on the Goody website and none of the others, but I think I've seen it in another store besides Goody. It's on sale for $39.49. This whiskey did not compete in the first bracket. I got this because another whiskey, Cotton Hollow, was a defunct company and you can't get it anymore. Now, I'm going to be doing this competition somewhat blind in that I switched the glasses all around and walked away and switched them around again. The Oak&Eden glass has a number 1 on the bottom and the Yellow Rose has a number 2 on the bottom. I'll try to guess which is which along the way. I'm going to evaluate them on the appearance, on nose, taste, mouthfeel, and finish. In the event of a tie where I simply cannot decide which one I like the most, the win goes to the one with the best availability and price. With that being said, let's start with the one on my left. There you go, and the one on my right. So going off of appearances, just looking at this, the one on my left is darker than the one on the right. So I'm going to say the one on my left is Oak&Eden, so it should have a number 1 on the bottom. And this is Yellow Rose and should have a number 2 on the bottom. And I don't know if you can tell by hanging them up here together, but I think this one's lighter than this one. So there you go. The visual test sometimes is a giveaway. Maybe I need to have blacked out glasses, but here you go. So we'll take this one. Oh, it does have a nice smell right away. See, my nose does not work very well. Bourbons I can hardly smell at all. Ryes I can usually smell some, and scotches a little bit. So this has a very nice, inviting, sweet smell, and boy, I actually caught some of the beer smell on that. Yeah, that's actually a very good nose. Let's go to this one on my right. Not much of a smell, but I think I caught just a little bit of rye flavor on the nose. Just maybe a hint, but not much. So I'm going to say the one on my left wins the nose. So let's go to taste. I'm going to say that is definitely the Oak&Eden Rye&Rahr. It's got a good rye flavor with hints of that IPA coming in there, that beer. That is actually quite good. Wow. A medium rich mouthfeel. It's not thin, neither is it very viscous. The finish is long lasting though. When I'm tasting rye, still tasting it, that is a very nice finish. So, boy, mixing, I mean, I'm 100% convinced this is the Oak&Eden. Mixing the rye with the beer, the IPA beer, that's amazing. All right, let me clear my palate with Topo Chico. Okay, we're going to go back here to the right, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the Yellow Rose. I think I need to clear my palate some more. I mean, that Oak&Eden, that's got to finish that lasts. Wearing my desert camo because it's the end of September, and we were 98 degrees in Fort Worth today. Yippee-ki-yay. All right. This one I think is Yellow Rose. That's a very mild rye. I mean, I'm tasting the rye. I'm not really getting any Texas funk from that. So again, I don't think that's Texas whiskey. I think that's imported. I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, that's certainly good. It's not overpowering at all. It's a very mild rye. The mouthfeel may actually be a little bit stronger than Oak&Eden. But there's not a whole lot going on there. When you taste the rye, it's good. If people are a little bit shy of a rye because maybe they've had bullet rye or something, it's really strong rye. This is a nice intro rye. I mean, it's not strong. It's 90 proof, but it's not overwhelming. There's not much of a finish there. A little bit of tinglies on the mouthfeel and the finish, but it's not a whole lot of flavor. I mean, that Oak&Eden, boy, that had a long-lasting finish. So I don't think this is, it's not even close. I'm gonna go with the Oak&Eden. Well, let me look at the. This should be a number 1. Yep, that's number 1. This should be a number 2, and it is. So yeah, Oak&Eden for the win. Definitely. Wasn't even close. The only reason this lost is because it, on the first bracket, is it went up against one of my all-time favorite ryes. I mean, the Fighting Spirit rye was from Leadslingers was that's always just been one of my favorites. So that was a pretty close competition if I remember right, because this is darn good, really. So Oak&Eden for the win. There you go. All right, that's it for this competition. What about next time? I hesitate to say next week because my schedule lately has just been difficult to do videos. But next time we meet for the rye whiskey tournament, it will be Herman Marshall at 92 proof versus Ranger Creek at 94. And Ranger Creek is another new whiskey. It did not compete in the first bracket. So that's what's coming up next time. This is Stab the Dragon. If you drink, don't drive. Be sure that you're of legal age. And we will see you next time out here.